Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and I just wanted to make this video to just kind of talk about like the DC Extended Universe. Because yeah, I just wanted to like talk about why the DC Extended Universe is like basically in like going down to the direction they're in right now. But yeah, a lot of people really do like just know why they're like this, but I just wanted to give like my 2 cents on it and just like give my thoughts on the whole thing. So, yeah, for this DC Extended Universe so far, they've done three. They've released 3 films so far. There's been Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Suicide Squad. And really, all 3 of them really didn't do very well. And despite the fact that I do like the movies, well, yeah, while I do like yeah. Like I said, I did like think Batman versus Superman was like I felt it was good, just it really wasn't great. And while I did like, even though I thought Suicide Squad was like the worst superhero movie of 2016, I did still like think it was like enjoyable. But I mean, I do like see like why people really did feel the way they do, and yeah, I still do like see the problems that the films have, and and yeah, and just yeah, these films really haven't done well, and the DC Extended Universe just really hasn't done well at all. I mean, with the 3 films they have really not doing that well, I really do like see why and why people really do like feel the way they do about these films because with this DC Extended Universe, it's just being done wrong. I mean, yeah, we all. So, yeah, I just wanted to, like, talk about why the DC Extended Universe really has not really done so well and why it's really being done wrong. Because, yeah, I mean, just look at the order these films are in. This universe started with Man of Steel, and then there was Batman vs. Superman. Then there was Suicide Squad. And then the next film coming out is the Wonder Woman movie, which will be released this summer. And then next will be the Justice League movie being released in November. And just this is just being done so wrong, and these films are just like so out of order. Because yeah, and just like the second movie, like the this universe opened up with Man of Steel, and then just the second movie we had a crossover with Batman versus and Superman. I mean, Batman didn't even get like a really like his own film to introduce him into this universe. I mean, it just goes straight right to the crossover with Batman and Superman. And also Wonder Woman was introduced in that movie. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think we know like why they did this because yeah, I really think like DC saw like how great Marvel did with the Avengers. And after like the big success of the Avengers, DC I guess just felt that they wanted to do the same thing with their characters and build the universe with Earth and their studio, and then make their big team up with the Justice League. But I mean, DC has just been like rushing this whole thing, and it's just like they're trying to just rush all this and get to the crossovers, so they can actually like catch up with where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is right now. But I mean, they're just rushing these. I mean, you had like Batman and Superman, of course, in just the second movie of this universe. And yeah, Wonder Woman was also like introduced in that film. And then we have the Justice League movie, which is just like the 5th film, where basically only like 3 characters, main characters of that, as the heroes, have been introduced. Just like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman have been introduced in the universe so far. And then just right then they go into the Justice League movie, where then Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg will be introduced. And then after the Justice League movie, then they'll be having the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg movies. I mean, we're not even given enough time to really like build any connections with these characters at all. Really, I mean, we haven't really been able to like form that big of a connection with Superman or Batman so far. And I really don't know if like in this Wonder Woman movie if we'll actually be able to like form a good enough connection with her before going to this Justice League film either. And we're going into the Justice League movie without even seeing any of Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. And they're making their own films after the Justice League movie. So, and just like we don't know really enough about the characters in order to like form any big connections with them to really know them enough to get to this Justice League movie. It's just being rushed too soon. I mean, look what Marvel did. I mean, Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they had films for each character to actually introduce them all before actually making the Avengers. So we actually had a chance to actually form a connection with all of the Marvel characters, and we actually know them enough to go into the Avengers and actually care about what happens to them. But I mean, look at this. I mean, especially like with Batman versus Superman, with the death of Superman happening so soon. I mean, seriously, they're just doing this all wrong. I mean, yeah, like neither Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman really did focus that much on Superman, man. And then like when he died in Batman vs Superman, it really did not really leave much of an impact, and really nobody did like really feel that sad about Superman dying. I mean, because I mean it was just done way too soon, and like there was not that good of enough of a connection for us to really care that much about Superman dying in the first place. It's in, yeah, and as I've talked about before, it looks like in this the Justice League movie, Superman will make the big return, which is why he's not in the trailer for the Justice League movie. And yeah, DC is probably like trying to keep it a secret, and then so when Superman does return in the Justice League movie, it'll be like a huge surprise. But I mean, while they do like that, they are trying to do things with Superman that haven't been done before in any previous Superman movies, like Superman dying, and we'll probably get like the solar suit in the Justice League movie. But just, it's done so wrong. Like, it's being rushed and it's too soon. Like, couldn't you have held Superman's death off until, like, maybe the Justice League sequel? At least then, like, we'd have, like, plenty of time to actually form a connection with Superman, with him, like, in the Batman Superman movie living, then him in the Justice League movie regularly, and he lives through that, and then he could probably then die in the Justice League sequel, and then maybe then the death probably would have, like, left a bigger impact, and people would have actually cared more for it. But, I mean, just, I really don't think that Superman's death really did affect that many people in Batman vs Superman, and yeah, just like it was too soon, and it's just done wrong, really. And just yeah, as I said, just DC is like doing these movies so out of order. I mean, they should actually do like what Marvel did in their first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, leading up to the Avengers. They should have actually have all like the characters for the Justice League have their own films to be introduced in this universe before actually getting the Justice League movie. They should have had like they should have the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg movie actually happening before the Justice League film. Yeah, like they could have probably like after Man of Steel, they probably then could have like maybe had the Wonder Woman movie maybe, and then maybe then they could like do something with maybe have Batman have his own movie to him be introduced, then maybe have like another one of the characters like maybe even like a Man of Steel sequel, just like Man of Steel 2, not Batman vs Superman, but just like a sequel to Man of Steel. Then maybe have a movie with another one of the characters like Flash maybe. Yeah, and then maybe then they could have the Batman vs Superman movie. Yeah, and then have another one of the characters be introduced, like say Aquaman would be the next introduced character. And then maybe after that, then they could have the Justice League movie, because even though like Cyborg wouldn't have his own film yet, at least we would have like enough characters to like know enough, and they were introduced, and who's to actually then like form a connection with enough of the characters and know them all, enough of them at least to actually like care about them actually teaming up and actually form a connection with them for the Justice League movie. But I mean, they're just doing these movies are just so out of order. Like Batman vs Superman, the second movie, and then just Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg being released after the Justice League movie. I mean, this would be like if Marvel, like if they started their Marvel Cinematic Universe with Iron Man, and then if the second film was like Captain America: Civil War, then their third film was like Guardians of the Galaxy, and just like if they like the films were just like scattered around, you know, and instead of like the order that they're actually in right now. I mean, this is like what DC's doing. Their films are just like so out of order, and it just really doesn't make sense for them to have like make this Justice League movie so soon when we even haven't had that much time to form a connection with any of the characters. There isn't just yeah, and also like there is this upcoming Batman movie coming out. I don't think they've actually set a release date for this film yet, but I mean, why would they even like make this Batman movie so soon? Like, they still have like several more movies listed of this DC extended universe to go before the like a Batman movie is probably even going to be out. Like they have, of course, like the Flash movie and Aquaman, Shazam. There's an untitled film after that, then the Cyborg movie, then Green Lantern Corpse, and so yeah, not really sure like when like the Batman movie will be coming out, but I mean, just why couldn't you have this done much earlier, like before Batman vs Superman? Like I said earlier, I mean, this is just like yeah, I do understand like why the DC extended universe is really getting like all this hate, just because it's done so out of order and just yeah, I guess they just saw like they wanted to do their own universe like after seeing like how well Marvel did with the Avengers. But they just like DC is just like not putting their all into it, and it just seems like they're not even trying to like build it up properly like Marvel did, and they're just like trying to rush it as much as they can in order to like catch up to Marvel with their universe. But yeah, it's not working, and yeah, DC really has been failing with this universe far. And yeah, we'll see what happens if the Wonder Woman movie turns out being like better than the previous three have so far, because now there are people that have said that if this Wonder Woman movie really does do as bad as the previous three have done, then really like there won't be any hope for the Justice League movie, and yeah, I really do see why they say that. So, but we're just gonna have to see what happens. I mean, I'm really not sure what to expect with the Wonder Woman movie, if it will be any better, but yeah, we'll find out. And so yeah, but yeah, it's just shown like yeah, if you just like compare the Marvel Cinematic Universe to the DC Extended Universe, you can just see like how much of like superior Marvel has been to DC with their movies. So yeah, I mean Marvel has just like made a bunch of really big hits. It's in their Marvel Cinematic Universe, while DC really has made pretty failure, big failures with the three movies that they've had so far, and probably there will be more failures in this just because of how rushed this DC Extended Universe is doing. Alright, so yeah, that is really all my 2 cents on it. I mean, yeah, while I do think like the DC Extended Universe movies, I like, really do see the problems, and I really do see like people really do feel the way they do about them. So yeah, so that's all I really have to say about this. We're just gonna have to see if DC can actually like really step up from their previous three films and actually like get this extended universe on track, and they can actually like make some pretty good films While I really don't think many of them will really be as big as the Marvel films are, maybe they can at least make some improvements on these, but yeah, we'll just need to see. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. So yeah, just DC, you really gotta step up and really improve yourselves with your films, because if you don't, you may not make it throughout all these films. I mean, your universe could just like get completely canceled if your films just continue to fail. But yeah. Alright, so that's all I really have to say about this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.